it's not like you have to say, boy, we need this. You have to find guys that have certain skill sets, which, I have more confidence in this front office and this decision-making crew than I have in a long, long time, because they did it on the offensive side of the ball last year. Do you expect them to do it on the defensive side of the ball this year?
They haven't let Browns fans down yet. I think of the scene from Wolf of Wall Street when Leo is trying to galvanize his new employees, and he's like, look, does your wife hate you? Good. Pick up the phone. Start dialing. Do you hate your life? Good. Pick up the phone. Start dialing. That's what I could see Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski doing for anyone that calls them about their offensive line issues. Hey, is your quarterback getting hurt too much? Good. Pick up the phone. Dial Andrew Berry. Figure out how he fixed this offensive line in one quick offseason, because they went from below average to maybe average, if we're being nice, to the number one offensive line in football, and for years to come. PFF graded them the number one run offensive line and the number one pass offensive line, which has never happened in their history of tracking football plays. It's remarkable. It is just remarkable what they were able to accomplish in one offseason. They didn't miss. There was not a single miss in decision making. And even some of the stuff they didn't do ended up being some of the best stuff they did. Think of the Jadeveon Clowney contract. We talked all offseason about how they need another edge rusher, and they flirted with Jadeveon forever, and he ended up being hurt all the time in Tennessee, didn't generate a sack, made $14 million and nothing to show for it. So even the punches they didn't take were wins. This front office was remarkable in the offseason, which helped propel them through the season, and we have every reason to believe they're going to be great at it again.
Do you expect the defense to be the moving point this year? Because they did a lot of short-term deals. I mean, it's all setting up. Andrew Berry wouldn't come out and say it, but he's not going to. It certainly looks like it was very methodical, and I would expect that from this front office, which is a good thing.
Yeah, there clearly was a hyper-focus of fixing the offensive line last offseason, as I just detailed, and now it seems logical that they're going to pour their resources into the defense. Get better up front. Larry Ogunjobi seems like a guy who probably isn't going to return here. It was a disappointing season for him. They're going to need more from Jordan Elliott next season, their rookie, but they're also going to keep looking for guys like that. I already detailed how they need an edge rusher, a defensive end. And these things are going to be able to arrive in Cleveland because last offseason they didn't ignore it, but like you said, one-year deals, planning to build into 2021 after taking care of the offense. They did that. They got Kevin Stefanski everything that he needed, a great offensive line, a bunch of tight ends, and now it's time to address the defense and help Joe Woods out.
The other thing, Andrew Berry was asked specifically, do you need to find a way to defend guys like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and those? And I thought his answer was very interesting. He said, everything in the NFL changes. We can't focus on one guy. We're trying to beat 31 other teams. So I get it. But to your point, you have to identify what it is that you need to improve. And I think the big thing is speed.
Yeah, to me, that's coach speak. They're looking at Lamar Jackson, and the whole defense is frightened. I mean, that guy, what he did Monday night, I still can't get over it. I randomly think about it sometimes. It was a remarkable performance for him to not touch the ball at all in the fourth quarter because of what was going on, and then to come in and on the first play, score, 44-yard, score. I mean, it was basketball-like. Just I got this. And I'm going to be saying it all offseason. As great as this year ended and how it feels like the Steelers are dead, I wouldn't pick the Browns to beat the Ravens right now. They just don't have anyone that can keep up with Lamar Jackson. Myles Garrett is an athlete in his own nature, but it takes 11 and it takes speed. And then we already saw again in the playoffs what a team like the Chiefs do to you when you don't have athletes too. It's an arms race, and the Browns need to catch up on defense now.